Welcome to BOJTV Trending News for top stories in local, regional and international news, along with the sports and the local weather forecast. I am Carla. Coming up in our local trending news, 4-day period of mourning for Edward Seaga starts today. Woman held in connection with stabbing, murder in Bourg St. Catherine. Teenager arrested and charged in connection with illegal firearm seized in Kingston. And the Commissioner of Police, Anthony Anderson, announced that the JCF is to establish a technology branch. Now the details. The country period of mourning in honor of life and service of late former Prime Minister Edward Seaga starting today and ended on Saturday, June 22. No public social functions or official events should be held during the 4-day period. According to a statement from the Office of the Prime Minister, it is customary during an official period of mourning to curtail activities of a flamboyant or celebratory nature and restrict engagements deemed noisy until the period has concluded. This usually coincides with the end of the burial ceremony. Additionally, throughout the period, the national flag is to be flown at half-mast on all public buildings. This is approximately the hoist or width, that's the short side of the flag, below the peak of the flag staff and not halfway down the mast. The flag should first be hoisted close up and then lowered to the half-mast position. Before the flag is lowered at sunset, it should again be hoisted close up and then lowered fully. In instances where there is more than one flag staff, the national flag should always be raised on the right-hand side, left hand as seen by the outside observer. Any other flag must be flown to the left of the national flag. The official code for the national flag recommends that it be flown on public buildings, customarily from 8 a.m. until sundown. A similar procedure would apply for the hoisting of flags on or other buildings and locations. The state funeral for Seaga will be held on Sunday, June 23, beginning at noon at the Cathedral of the Most Holy Trinity. There's 1 George Hadley Drive in Kingston. Interment will follow at the National Heroes Park. Leading up to the funeral, Mr. Seaga's body will lie in state today and tomorrow at the National Arena in Kingston. Members of the public can visit the location between the hours of 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. to pay their respects. Both Houses of Parliament will offer tributes in a special sitting today, and a wake will be held in Tivoli Garden Square on June 22. Mr. Seaga, who was Jamaica's 5th Prime Minister, died on May 28, his 89th birthday, in hospital in the United States. A 16-year-old boy was arrested and charged in connection with the seizure of an illegal firearm and several rounds of ammunition along Beeston Street in Kingston yesterday afternoon. The name of the teenager has not been released by the police. The Central Police have reported that about 3:20 p.m. an operation was carried out along Beeston Street where the teen was seen and a search carried out of his person. During the search, he was found to be carrying a 9mm pistol which contained 9 live rounds of ammunition. He's booked to appear in the gun court next Tuesday. The Bourg police in St. Catherine say they have now taken a female into custody in connection with the stabbing death of a man at Magazine Lane in Bourg on Monday. The identity of the woman is being withheld, but she has been arrested for the murder of 43-year-old Errol Tennant, otherwise called Banso, a labourer also of Magazine Lane. Reports by the police are that about 8:30 p.m. the female and Tennant got involved in an argument when she allegedly pulled a knife and stabbed him multiple times. Tennant was taken to hospital where he died whilst being treated. One man was taken into custody in connection with the seizure of an illegal firearm and several rounds of ammunition at Mona Commons in Pepin St. Andrew yesterday. The name of the accused has not been released by the police. Reports by the Augusttown police are that about 3 p.m. an operation was carried out at a section of Mona Commons and a house occupied by the accused man was searched. The police seized a Ruger 9mm semi-automatic pistol fitted with a magazine containing several live 9mm rounds. Some 600 delegates have been certified to vote when the People's National Party (PNP) selects its next representative for the Kingston Central constituency on Saturday. The poll is scheduled to be opened at 10 a.m. and close at 4 p.m. with the announcement at 6 p.m. 5 candidates are on the ballot, but the status of businesswoman and Minister of Religion Joan Porteous is unclear, as she has objected to the party's decision to stage the election at its Old Hope Road St Andrew headquarters. Mrs. Porteous has argued that by moving the poll outside of a constituency, the leadership of the party is placing undue hardship on the delegates, as this will exclude individuals who are unable to make arrangements for travel. But this has been rejected by the leadership of the party, and there has been no indication that any of the other candidates, Raymond Price, Paul Buchanan, Imani Duncan Price, or Donald Jackson, are opposed to the move. BNP insiders yesterday indicated that the selection was initially scheduled for the compound of the Holy Trinity High School, but the decision was made to change the venue because of the school's proximity to the Holy Trinity Cathedral, where the funeral of former Prime Minister Edward Seaga will be held the next day. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson has announced that the Jamaica Constabulary Force is to establish a technology branch. This, he said, is a part of a move to prioritize science and technology in crime fighting. The Commissioner, who was addressing delegates at the 2019 Diaspora Conference at the Jamaica Conference Centre in downtown Kingston, said the new branch will be an amalgamation of elements of the force that now rely heavily on the use of technology. He also said that the use of science and technology in crime fighting will help to reduce the current reliance on the use of witness statements, and also as a result of changes in the way crime are being investigated. According to Major Anderson, of 146 criminal cases tried in Kingston during the first 5 months of the year, 110 resulted in convictions. Those were your top stories making local trending news. Now join us for news from across the region, as well as our international story, sports and local weather forecast. From across the region, Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Professor Hilary Beckles, is expected to issue a public statement confirming Antigua and Barbuda as a venue for the 4th landed campus of the university. Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown revealed on his radio show on Sunday that Beckles informed him and the Attorney General that the 4th landed campus has been approved by the members of the University Council. Brown said the reservations about the campus expressed by 3 countries have been lifted. He said Beckles will issue a formal statement this week and mandate the university to establish an implementation committee. The UWI campus in Antigua will be located in an area called 5 Islands. Over in our international stories, for the first time since Malaysia Airlines flight MH17 was shut down in July 2014, prosecutors have announced charges against suspects in the case. 3 Russians and a Ukrainian have been charged with bringing a missile into the area, with murdering 298 passengers and crew. Passenger flight MH17 was en route from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur when it was shot down over conflict hit Ukraine. A court case will begin in the Netherlands on March 9, 2020. International arrest warrants have been issued for the 4 men. In our sporting news, national triathlete Laurie Sharp and her coach Carlton Simmons left the island on Tuesday for Ecuador, where they will participate in a 3-week camp where they will prepare for the Pan Am Games in July. The camp runs from June 18 to July 7. The America's Triathlon Confederation CAMTRI is hosting this camp primarily to prepare athletes from their respective countries for the upcoming Pan Am Games in July. And Leroy Cook, the president of the Jamaica Triathlon Association, JTA, is happy for the opportunity to get help with the preparation of the athlete for the Pan Am Games. He also expressed his gratitude to Jamaica Olympic Association in facilitating the trip. Athletes are from predominantly Central and South American countries, as well as Jamaica and Barbados, the only 2 English-speaking Caribbean countries. Sharp, one of 2 junior athletes participating in the camp, will use this camp to transition to Olympic distant triathlon, 1,500 meters swim, 40 kilometers bike and 10 kilometers run. Having been consistent in the sprint distance triathlons, she is hoping the camp will be helpful in helping her transition, and she said she was grateful for the opportunity to train with the elite and professional triathletes. Now for an outlook on your local weather forecast. Insignificant feature, a high-pressure ridge across Jamaica. Additionally, there is a low-level jet stream across the central Caribbean. The high-pressure ridge and low-level jet stream will remain across the island over the next few days. The forecast for this morning as well as this afternoon will see mainly sunny skies and windy conditions. Tonight, fair. Maximum temperature expected for Kingston as well as Montego Bay today is 34 degrees Celsius. That was BOJTV's Trending News, your top local, regional and international stories, as well as a sports report and weather forecast. Until next time, I'm Carla. Thanks for watching.
BOJTV.